Hello, everybody. So I have been a long-time supporter of San Andreas multiplayer, and one of the things I noticed was that recently there's no good tutorial on how to do San Andreas multiplayer server scripting, especially for updated Windows 7, which requires a few adjustments in your settings to do it properly. But anyway, I'm not going to get into how to install it. You need to either install it through Steam and download custom uh, game files and stuff, or you need to do it through the regular way. But there's a couple differences. I'll explain the differences as we go along. But first off, let's start off by getting San Andreas server. I assume you already have the multiplayer installed. First, you go to the San Andreas multiplayer website, sa-mp.com/download.php, or just click around. Then you want the Windows server. The Linux server I've tried, but I haven't had much luck with. If you can, good for you. You're far beyond what I can do on Linux in that department. But let's do the Windows server. And then you want to download it, anywhere. I'm just going to do this and then download it there. I don't know how fast your internet is, but it's 2 megabytes, so it shouldn't take more than a few seconds. You want to open that up in whatever file manager you use, zip file manager you use, such as 7-zip or WinRAR, or Windows 7 just has one built in, Windows 10, sorry. And you just want to call that something, so SAMP server, I'm going to call it tutorial. And you want to drag all these into that folder. Shouldn't take a few seconds. I don't know how fast your computer is. Mine's pretty speedy, but okay, so now you have that. And now you have this folder. You're going to want to go in here, open it. Hello, sorry, I had to cut. You want to open this up with whatever notepad editor you use. And then you want to change this to whatever you want to call it. I'm going to switch this tutorial over to my file so I can work on it as I'm doing the tutorial, just to kill some time. Kill two birds with one stone, although how unethical that is. How many players you think your internet can handle. I don't really know the best way to do that. I know a good way to test your internet speed. Test.net. I'd say if you plan on using this internet, you want to go there, speedtest.net. Run that. If you get about 10 to 15 megs down and about a meg or two up, I'd say probably try doing around 200 players. I mean, I can't say for sure. Nobody really knows for sure. It all depends on what each player is doing. But anyway, so that all depends on your internet speed, your port, whatever port you want it to do. Although I recommend leaving it like this because it's easier for whatever. Host name, change that to whatever you want. That's like whatever the server is going to be called. And up here on LAN mode, if you want to be on LAN, you set it to 1. If you want it to be on the internet, you set it to 0. Announce, that's if you wanted to announce on the public servers, you set it to 1. Let's just leave it at 0. Web URL, whatever your website is, if you have one. And that's about it. But up here on weapon rate, leave all that the same. Foot rate, stream rate, max MPC. You can get into that. We might get into that later. Filter scripts. These are your like plugins, kind of, plugins from like audio engineering software or something like that. They're kind of like plugins where you just sort of add them here and then drag the files in, and then you can have bonus modes like a 1 versus 1 mode, or maybe like everybody teleports and has a mini gun or something like that. And then game mode, whatever game mode you're working on. So I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here. I have this folder here. And so this is the same as what you have, but mine's a little different. You probably don't notice anything yet. What you want to do is you want to go into PAWNO, and first thing you want to do if you're on Windows 7 or higher, you want to go here to Properties. You want a compatibility. You run this in compatibility mode. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that. You want to run as administrator. check that off. Make sure that box is checked, and then click OK. And then you'll have to click OK again, but I don't have to. And then, sure. Okay, so let's show you how to create a script. So what you do is you run Powno, and you click this little button here, New. This creates a new script. Change it here. Blah. Game mode. Not blank. And tutorial. Not blank script. Yeah, okay, so this is your script now. You've changed this. This is just some introduction text. This right here is what will show as the player spawns. So saying like welcome to Team Deathmatch or welcome to Zombie Apocalypse or whatever it's called. And then we'll get into that later in about 30 seconds to a minute. But basically what you want to do is you want to run this here. Compiler. If you get any errors, look them up. Tutorials. There's tons of forums. Old school videos that might still be up. Look around, or if I happen to know, I might be able to help. But anyway, so this I'm getting rid of because it's crap. But we'll open a Powno again. And what I've got is my script, which I call Slayer241, just because 241 is a number I like. Free roam by Shim Sham Shao. Who wants to know? It's just a joke, you know. But anyway, down here it says free roam 241 by Shim Sham Shao. That's me. Add player class 1. That's the skin. This is the coordinates. Down here is the guns. This is a vehicle. So let's get into how to do that. So let's say you want to. First, let's do add a spawn. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find your San Andreas files, which are in your game folder. So for me, it's in this folder, Steam Library, Steam Apps, because I have mine set up. I don't know where yours is. Yours is probably in C Drive, Program x64, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, all that stuff. But yeah, right here, San Andreas. And you want to find, if you have SAMP installed, which you should be doing this without SAMP installed because you absolutely need it, because using SAMP and developing SAMP is intertwined. You want to launch the debug. Launch debug. Mine does this. I don't know if yours does, but that's just that. Wait for it to load up. It will load in about 5 seconds. See here? What we have here is the debug. It's launched. So, what you want to do is you want to, let's say you want your spawn to be over here. You type /save. If you want to put a car in, you type /v. My favorite car is this one. You type /v and then the vehicle ID. You find the vehicle ID by Googling vehicle ID San Andreas Powno. You'll find it. Let's say you want to put a vehicle right here. Save. Now, exit. Exit that. Now, if you're using Steam and you've used the custom game files to install San Andreas, it will be in your documents. If not, it will be right in your game files. It will be called, it'll be right here, it'll be called savedpositions.txt. But instead, mine's in my documents, San Andreas user files, SAMP, or savedpositions.txt. See right here? The last two are what we did. So let's do this. Let's do add player class first. Let's turn this into a comment. And then take this vehicle. paste it there. You paste the coordinates there. And now for player class, we can change other things, but I'll show you that in a few minutes. So what we want to do is we want to compile this. Well, first we want to save it, Control S, then compile it. No errors. Now what we do is we go into here. We go into where we were originally with our server files. So mine's on my desktop, San Andreas SAMP server. You want to do this, San Andreas server, compatibility. You don't need to change anything. You just want to launch it. Now you want to go to your San Andreas launcher. Now any computer after like 2010 should be able to handle both of these at the same time. And what you do is you just add localhost, and then if it doesn't pop up, try this with the 77747s with this symbol here. I already have it here, so check it out. It's going to launch, and we should have a new spawn and a vehicle where I placed it. There's another vehicle that will be there, but that was previously put there by me. Just because this is like a test server, I'm trying to figure out, because I used to do this a long time ago, so I'm trying to figure out how I can come up with something cool like I used to do when I was young. So anyway, here we are, right where we were, in the wrong direction, but that was my fault. And then here we go, get in this car, and if we come down here, there it is. Boom! Look at that. Alright. Now, earlier I was talking about how you can do vehicle IDs and skin IDs. SAMPs. Alright. So these, if you want to do a different vehicle, you type /V and you open up this. But a trick is, if you don't want to change vehicles every time, you can just do it later. You can go here to 528. The first three digits before the comma is the vehicle ID. It ranges from 400 to 611. We're going to close that. And I'm going to get rid of this because this I don't want my script. But save it, compile it. There's one more thing. Here we go. So those are your vehicles. Hopefully you can figure all that out. Now we have the skins. What this goes here is the add player class. That's the spawn. See right here I have one here. That's because I want this skin. This is just one of my favorite skins, so as I'm debugging and testing my build, I'm using this skin just because I like looking at it. Use those coordinates. Now it's cool. That's cool, but this is even cooler. Now you can add weapons to your... And what you do here is, so I have 29, which is the MP5K, or whatever it's called in this game, and I have 241 bullets. 24, which is the Desert Eagle, with 241 bullets. 30, I just have a theme of 241 going. And this is what you spawn with on my server. For now, I mean, it's going to change as I balance things out, but... and what you can do is... you can use this wiki right here and figure out, you know, it'll tell you this goes in slot 0, so the first slot 1 is the second slot, anyway, and it'll tell you all the weapons you need to use. And that's about the extent of this tutorial. I mean, now you can add vehicles, you can spawn in. And let me show you what it looks like with what I have added. It should look about very similar. I'm going to launch. I have a special launcher right here because I have it all right here. So I'm just going to launch my server. And I'll show you what it looks like with a custom skin and gun spawn. See? Alright, one more thing before I go. I will show you how to get it online. So what you want to do is you want to go to portforward.com. That's right, this is the website. You want to select your router, and what you want to do is alright, so here we go, list of all routers. You want to find your router. I don't know what yours is. Let's say it's the Netcom. Get rid of that. Close out of that. Let's say it's this. You log in. You go to 192.168.1.1, whatever the IP address is, and then you go to the port forwarding section, and it's going to ask for your IP address. That you want to do. If you want to do Windows key R, you can either do CMD or PowerShell. Then here you go and do IP config once it's loaded. It'll show you here what your IPv4 address is. You want that address, you'll put that into your router. Then you'll put the port 7777. That's the port. Opening external, and it'll say UTP, or maybe it's UCP, UTP. Just do both. It'll say U8. Let me look. I don't want to mess you guys up. This is my router. Protocol, you want to do both. Under protocol, you want to do both. That's what you want to do. Or else it won't work properly. Alright, well that's all. I hope this helped out, and I plan on doing more. Thank you. Bye-bye.